Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the propaganda machine. We're here for the Premier League preview, and this weekend we got a lot of interesting games. There's a lot of fixtures. We got the Manchester Derby. We got Aleksander Isak potentially making his Premier League debut. So there's a lot to look into. We've also got Big Ange making a return to the Emirates. So we kick things off anyway. Chelsea Football Club have now been charged with 74 breaches of basically they're basically tapping up agents and just doing backhanders, couple brown envelopes, them type of things there. So we're gonna kind of look into that. There's more that we've learned from this story as it's a developing story. It is early days. So we'll look at what they actually had to say about it and what kind of consequences happen if Chelsea are found guilty. So Chelsea charges. FA hand blue 74 charges relating to agent relegations. Rele- regulations of third party investment in players. This is between 2009 and 2002. And that was when Roman Abramovich was in charge. We know when Roman came into Chelsea, he weren't businessing. He was just chucking money about. He was moving like Vince McMahon. Money, money, money in my tummy, in the rich man's world. So, yeah, that's basically what the charges are anyway. So, when you delve into it, it kind of says Sky Sports News understands the transfers that raised potential confirmed concerns. But yeah, I'm all over the gaff here. Are believed to include deals for players such as Hazard, Samuel Eto'o, and Willian. So I've done a bit of research about those transfers. So I believe Hazard was even meant to go to Arsenal. Arsenal were looking at signing Eden Hazard, but the agent kind of took more money from Chelsea. I think Chelsea paid some type of backhander to the agent to get that deal over the line because Arsenal were actually looking at Hazard, and the agent actually came out and spoke about it. And with Samuel Eto'o, it is also believed that Chelsea paid the player 30 million, a 30 million signing on fee. Bloody hell, this is a mess. Yeah, for real. Peer to free. This is set 8. This is all over the gaff. But yeah, so it's believed that they paid £30 million for the player, but they didn't basically disclose it. So it's basically a backhander under the table. Sort of what Manchester City were led to do with Mancini. So that's kind of what the actual thing is about here. So when we actually looking at it, would you say Chelsea's done some things wrong? I'd say they've definitely done a lot of things wrong, but if it was my football club, would I want the Cronkies to be giving out backhanders and getting players over the line? 100%. Because imagine the owners at Arsenal decided to give Eden Hazard's agent 50 million and Chelsea wanted to give 30 million. Who knows? We might have had Eden Hazard and Alexis Sanchez both at Arsenal at the same time. So when you look at it like that, when you look at it from that point of view, of course, I'm going to beat Chelsea with a stick any opportunity I get. But at the same time, what Roman Abramovich was doing was, you'd say, very ambitious. He had ambitions from day one. And his first season, that's when Arsenal were the Invincibles. So Arsenal were Invincibles and Chelsea were second. That was Claudio Ranieri. And he actually sacked Claudio Ranieri for finishing second behind the Invincibles. A lot of people at the time would have been thinking, bloody hell, that was harsh. And I even believe Claudio Ranieri's Chelsea knocked out Arsenal in the Champions League that same season. So they got further than Arsenal in the Champions League. They finished second. I believe that was their highest finish at the time in the Premier League era. So it was very, very harsh. But one thing about Roman, we know that Roman Abramovich is one of the most ambitious owners in world football. The only language he speaks is trophy. There's no other language. It's trophy. First language, trophy. Second language, win. Third language, at all costs. That is it. He weren't here to play no type of games. So, of course, there was going to be rules to break. Definitely. Yeah, of course. Of course. We know Roman's the money launderer. We know this. Mr. Oil Machine. And let's be honest. If this was our club, would we be crying? No. Because look at the success Chelsea had. Imagine a club like Liverpool or Arsenal at the time got an owner like Roman Abramovich. We already had the history. We would have been able to fully compete with Manchester United and stop them from doing what they were doing, because Man United were just picking up all the silverware. They got all the trophies, while us, there was a lot of second place finishes, first place finishes, but Manchester United were the dominant force. Roman came in second, and then Jose won back to back. Sacked Claudio, brought in Jose, and the rest is history. So I would have loved to have an owner like Roman Abramovich, but maybe that's just me, because I believe in win at all costs. If there's a rule to be broken, if there's any type of loophole, I want my club to find it. Of course, I don't want to cheat. Cheating and bending the laws, those are two different things. Because how can I be saying that Roman Abramovich and Sheikh Mansour, basically Manchester City and Chelsea, are scumbag clubs, but I would be condoning my club breaking the law? No, I would want it to bend, not break, just bend. But it seems Roman did break the laws. And yeah, let me know what you lot think, because I've actually looked into this a bit more, and here it says that, where does it say? It basically says Sky Sports News understands there will not be a points deduction or sporting sanction if the charges are upheld, but Chelsea could face a punishment similar to their recent settlement with UEFA, a £10 million fine. That's euros, sorry. €10 million. So basically, why I say I would have wanted my owners to break these rules or bend the laws, because what they're saying, Chelsea can win 20 trophies over that time span. They're allowed to win, well, it says 2009 to 2022. So I believe they won the Champions League in 2012 and the Champions League again in 2020 or 2021. So that's 2 Champions League. They won the league in 010, 015 and 017. So that's 2 Champions Leagues and 3 Premier Leagues. Would I want my club to win 2 Champions Leagues and 3 Premier Leagues if all it means, the only thing it means, is a €10 million fine? I think all of us would have took it, because my issue is not necessarily with what happened. My issue is with the law. The law is an absolute disgrace. You know when they say the law is an ass, the law is an ass, because how are they allowed to just do what they like? Manchester City have 115 charges. Chelsea now have 74. But basically what's going to happen is they're going to just get a fine, a slap on the wrist. While me, as an Arsenal fan, I've suffered for 21 years. No Premier League. I had to go and knock down the Highbury Stadium. I went to the Emirates and I've not seen nothing. All I've seen is Manchester City and Chelsea stole my players. Chelsea stole Ashley Cole, best left back in England. Probably the best left back England have ever had, period. Some would say the best left back in Premier League history. I wouldn't disagree. Manchester City came and took Samir Nasri, Kolo Toure, Emmanuel Adebayor, Gael Clichy, Bakary Sagna. That's 5 players decimated our squad. How are we meant to compete? We were just getting top 4 every season. When you think about it, Arsenal had to sell their best player every season to comply with these rules. Every single season. While these clubs done what they like. And now, what that says to me is, if Arsenal's owners were a little bit crafty, they might not have had to sell these players. They might have just been able to cook the books. And we might have been able to compete. We might have not waited 20 years for another Premier League. Who knows? Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This is bad, man. But yeah, big up to all of you, man. Make sure you like and then subscribing, man. Big up to Jabroni. Big up here to Pre. Big up Jambino. Big up to everyone inside, man. Big up to everyone, man. For real, everyone is in favor. Everyone is happy when the rules in their favor. But at the same time, this is where I kind of agree as well with Jambino. It's a nonsense. Title should have been stripped. That's what happened in Italy. But in this country, it seems like we're very lenient. I don't know. We say we don't like cheats, we don't like corruption, but what actually happens? Nothing. Nothing actually happens. Loads of clubs have been punished. They get point deductions, but it seems like it only happens to the minnows. Everton, Nottingham Forest, the baby clubs. Hey, big up to my brother Ace, man. We haven't seen you in a long time, man. Big up to you, man. I'm sure Twisty will be happy to see you here, man. But people, man, make sure you get the votes in as well in the poll. What do we think should have happened to Chelsea? Do we think they should have been stripped? Do we think the fine is appropriate? Do we think maybe nothing should happen? Or do we think maybe a points deduction? I don't know. There's a few options in that poll. Let me know, people. But moving on to the football, because Chelsea play Brentford at the G-Tech. And Brentford haven't exactly started the season off with, what would you say, with a bang. They've been in poor form. They look like my favourites for relegation. I'd probably say Brentford, along with maybe Leeds, are probably the weakest in the division. And Chelsea go away to them. You'd probably make Chelsea the favourites, but I don't know. These London derbies, this is actually the 4th London derby Chelsea have in a row, because I believe they played who? Crystal Palace, they drew on the opening day. They played West Ham, battered them 5-1. Then they played Fulham, which we know they robbed them in the last game. Fulham probably would have got a draw at the bare minimum in the last game. And now they've got Brentford. That's the 4th London derby in a row. So these London derbies, they can kind of take it out of you. But you'd probably say Brentford is the weakest opposition out of all of those London clubs. That's what you would say. But there's certain things that you'd probably say, this Brentford look very weak. So I would suggest that Chelsea are strong favourites. And you'd probably think they might even win this game with a clean sheet. They might easily win this game with a clean sheet, because Brentford's fixtures, where are they? Brentford, oh, they've actually won a game. Who did Brentford beat? That's a surprise. They've won. Who did Brentford beat? Oh, they beat Aston Villa at home. Okay. Okay, so they've beat Aston Villa at home. So they could potentially get something at Chelsea. They could potentially get something at Chelsea. Oh my days. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about this, but yeah, I want to know more about Chelsea's news. What are Chelsea's injury news? Is Cole Palmer fit? Cole Palmer. Is Cole Palmer fit for this game? Because if he's fit, sidelined with groin injury, so he's not back. A lot of players went away to South America. Andre Santos, João Pedro. Um, there was actually one more, Esteval. So they're probably coming back a bit late. And going to South America, that is very, very taxing on the body. So, I don't know how this is going to play out, if I'm being honest. But I have got a score prediction here, to be fair. And my score prediction, if I actually have it right, what was my score prediction? I believe Brentford are actually going to get something out of the game, which is actually the funniest thing about it. Because there's everything tells me that this is a Chelsea win. Everything favours Chelsea in this game that you would say. You'd say nothing really logical would be a reason for Brentford to beat Chelsea. But for me, where's my score prediction? I'm looking at it. Where is the score prediction? It's kind of running away here for me. Yeah, so I'm going with 1-1. That's what I'm going with. I want to do the score prediction that I actually have on the thing because something tells me Brentford could get a win. After international break, there's a lot of dodgy results. I don't know if any one of you remember. West Brom beat Chelsea 5-2. That's when they had Thomas Tuchel. They battered them 5-2 after the international break. So, yeah. Don't be surprised if you see a few shock results straight away after that international break. Because I won't be. I won't be. But let's take a look at the comments. Let me know you guys score predictions as well. Let me know your score predictions in the comments. Send them to League One. Send Chelsea to non-league. Big up to Jambino and Simply, man. You lot are funny, man. That's definitely funny, man. But yeah, speaking of Simply, I guess we'll take a look at your boys, Tottenham Hotspurs. So Tottenham go away to West Ham. This is an interesting fixture because a lot of the time, this is like a game that you don't really know what's going to happen. I feel like Tottenham have got the better of West Ham in quite a few of these meetings. Quite a few of them, but will they be able to get the better of West Ham in this game? West Ham won their last game against Nottingham Forest, which was actually Nuno's last game. That was Nuno's last game. But the international break would have probably killed all momentum for West Ham. So, with that in mind, will Tottenham batter West Ham just like Chelsea did? Yeah, for real. They are shit. Of course, they're rubbish. We know they're rubbish. They're absolute trash. Take out the garbage. But this is the thing. Somehow they beat Nottingham Forest. And maybe this is the turning point. I don't know. But at the same time, Tottenham have strengthened. This is not the same Tottenham that got absolutely obliterated against Bournemouth. Because that game could have been 4-5. It could have been a cricket score against Bournemouth. Bournemouth absolutely peppered them. I think it was like 16 shots to 1 maybe at one stage in that game. But now they've got Kolo Muani and they also have Xavi Simons. Will they both make their debuts in this game? More than likely, because as a Tottenham fan, I ain't a Tottenham fan, but I'm just speaking. I hate Tottenham, but surely, Thomas Frank, you would want to see Xavi Simons playing and Kolo Muani. You won't want to see like the Brennan Johnsons and Richarlisons. You won't want to see them. You want to see them go straight in. Throw them straight in. Your Kudus, Muani, Xavi Simons. That is very exciting. So even, I'll be honest, I want to see how these players perform. Obviously, I hope they flop, but at the same time, I'm just about football. I want to see the best players in the Premier League. And I just hope we can get an entertaining game. Can West Ham get something out of this game? Potentially. But will they? I don't know about that. That's what I don't know about. And will this be Potter's last game? If they lose, will Potter get sacked? As we know, Jose Mourinho, Jose sniffing around. He's been sacked from Fenerbahce and now Jose sniffing around. Is Jose going to replace Graham Potter this weekend? Is this Graham Potter's last game? I don't know. Let me know your score predictions, because for me, everything tells me that this is a Tottenham victory. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There's no issue here. Tottenham should win this game. It should be 3 points in the bag. But for me, I don't know. Once again, I just get these feelings. These feelings that this is a game that something could happen. And I'm looking at the last 10 fixtures. The last 10 fixtures, West Ham have won 3, Tottenham have won 3, and there's been 4 draws. West Ham have won 2 at home and they've won 1 away. Tottenham have won 3 games all at home. They have not beaten West Ham away from home, so that would be in the last 5 fixtures. So I gotta go with a West Ham victory, and that is going to be 2-1. I'm saying 2-1 West Ham. Tottenham look good, but they just don't put the ball in the back of the net. It might even be a lucky 2-1 for West Ham. These lucky victories. Tottenham will be alright though. I think after this weekend, we'll start to see what Thomas Frank is cooking, because I think Thomas Frank is a very good manager. But yeah, obviously Jambino thinks 3-0. Yeah, I won't be surprised. These are those results. These are these games that you're like, it's Tottenham. So with Tottenham, any result is possible. Win, lose or draw. But at the same time, West Ham, they just went and beat Nottingham Forest out of nowhere. 3-0. No one saw that coming. So, who knows, man? Who knows? And it is after the international break where we see the dodgiest results happening. So, yeah, that's where my head is at with that game. Now, though, what we'll do, we'll take a look at the Manchester Derby. Wow, that's the big game on the Saturday. Manchester City take on Manchester United at the Etihad. That is the biggest game of the weekend. Now, you'd say there's a lot of narratives in this game. I kind of had two things that I wrote down. Onana is not there. Onana won't be there no more to chuck the ball in the back of the net. I personally miss Onana. I want to start a petition. I'm starting a petition to bring back Onana. Hopefully, something can happen and they send him back to Manchester United. That is what I'd love to see, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We've got Manchester City on the back of 2 defeats in a row. Could this be 3 in a row? Or could they fail to win for a 3rd straight game? You'd probably think not gonna happen. But this is a Manchester derby. And we've seen Manchester United over the years. And not just any Manchester United. We've seen dreadful Manchester Uniteds. We've seen Ollie's Manchester United. Jose's United on like last legs. We've seen many United rock up to the Etihad and somehow get a result. We've got here Benjamin Tesco to get a hat-trick. Who knows? Will Benjamin Tesco score in the Manchester derby? I don't know. Maybe this would be the perfect time. Or will Benjamin Tesco go on to 005 because he's now on 004? If he fails to score again, that will be 5 in a row. So then he won't just be Benjamin Tesco, he'll be called Booker T. Booker Tesco. Booker Tesco. I think that's what we'll call him, Booker Tesco. But I'm looking at this. The last 3 games, Manchester United have not lost to Manchester City. There was a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford. And the last 2 games at the Etihad, Manchester United have won 2-1. So, when our friend here Tipri says Manchester United are going to win 2-1, this is not a bad score prediction. Because the last 2 games at the Etihad have finished 2-1 in Manchester United's favour. I believe, was that Amorim? No, there was Amorim. One would have been Amorim and one would have been Ten Hag. And when you actually look at the state of both of those Manchester Uniteds, they were on their knees. They were on their knees like Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. They had grazes on their knees. Literally. They was probably starting a fire with their knees the way they were on the floor. So I won't be surprised if Man United get something out of this game. This might just be a Manchester United win. They have the players for it. We have Mbeumo on the counter-attack. Maybe they pay Ahmad and Mbeumo and Tesco. Maybe that's the 3. That wouldn't be the worst decision. I don't even know. What lineup are Man United going to go with? These are like the questions that we have in for this game. What lineup is going to play? Because I'm in 2 minds. We know counter-attack is Manchester City's kryptonite. We know this. This goes without saying. Many teams beat Manchester City on the counter or just dominate them. So, yeah, I'm definitely interested to see. And could this be the beginning of the end for Pep Guardiola? Because if they go 3 games without a win, then they go to the Emirates and make it 4 games without the win. Might even get sacked this season. Could we see the unthinkable this season and see Pep Guardiola get the sack? Just maybe. Just maybe. But my score prediction for this game, I gotta be the bearer of bad news. I think Manchester City will get the job done. I'm seeing a 2-1 victory for City. These are one of them games. I don't even know what I want to see. My hatred for United wants to see them lose. But Manchester City being a genuine good side, I want to see them drop points. Maybe a draw might be the best thing. But at the same time, with Man United fans, I just want to see their team lose as many games as possible. I just want to see them in pain. That's the truth. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. That's just because of their fans. Their fans just wind me up that much. Big up to OK as well, man. Pep Linders. When you have slow centre backs, yeah, maybe you're right. Drop your score prediction. We got so far we got 3-0 for Manchester. 2-1 for Man United. We've got 1-0 for Man United. Bucktooth pen. That's a Bruno pen. Okay. That's funny. Ace thinks 4-2. City can't defend. You are a secret Man United fan. Nah, I hate Man United. But yeah, no, City can't defend. The best way for Man United anyway they just have to defend compact and make sure they are very, very dangerous on the counter. They need to just hit Manchester City on the counter fast. If Man United are going to win this game, because if we're actually breaking down the game, Manchester United just need to be ruthless. Any opportunities they get, they need to go and attack. As soon as City lose the ball, there we go. Ball out to Mbeumo. Because the left back, if it's at Nori, that's no good. Whoever it is, Vardial and Mbeumo has the beating of them. So that might be where Man United will win this game. Quick breaks and catch City out. Because we know City can't defend, as you are saying. As a lot of you are pointing out. A lot of you are pointing out the truth. So, LK says 2-2. And for Man City, what Man City need to do is just play their game. Play their game, and when they get the chances, tuck them away. Because if Haaland gets chances, we know he's going to score. He just had 5. But will they be able to get the ball to Haaland? This is the question. Because Man United play 3 at the back. So they might just smother. They might just smother Haaland. And if Haaland gets taken out the game, I don't see Man City winning. But then there might need to be some sort of plan B. I don't know what that plan B is. Because Mamouche is injured. Mamouche is out. So they can't do a kind of fluid front 3. So, for Man City, they need to just kind of keep the ball. And I'm sure that Man United defense, they'll switch off at some point. They'll switch off. And Man City need to just be ready to play them passes in between the lines. Play these killer balls to Haaland. Don't wait for Man United. Don't wait for them. Don't do all this tiki-taka. Tiki-taka. You're going to need to be a little bit more direct with your passing. But yeah. Yeah, Ace is out anyway. Mamouche is injured. Man said we are smothering the blue bastards. Big up Jabroni, man. Big up Jabroni. Let me know your scoreline as well. United have no midfield. Yeah. But this is the thing. You're right. United have no midfield. That's why I say they might just need to do what they've done against Arsenal. Bypass midfield, straight over the top to Mbeumo. You know Bruno Fernandes, he just plays that ball in. That hot potato ball in between the left back and the left centre back, and there will be Mbeumo ready to punish. There is where Man United will get the success. I don't even know if this is a game for Sesko. I don't know. Maybe this is a game. Maybe you play Bruno false 9, Ahmad, and you play Ahmad and what's his face? Mbeumo, and then I don't know who the midfield is going to be. This is the issue. I don't know who they're going to play. Ugarte and Casemiro. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, man. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting game. That's on Sunday. But now, we'll take a look at Liverpool. Liverpool versus Burnley. I've seen some people actually saying that Burnley are going to beat Liverpool. Does anyone here think Burnley? That's my actual question. Does any one of you think Liverpool could drop points against Burnley? I know we've seen strange things in the Premier League. No game really is a full-blown conclusion, a full-gone conclusion. But does anyone think Burnley could get something? Or do we think that this is the perfect game for Aleksander Isak to make his Premier League debut for Liverpool? Because to me, the first thing I would say is I wouldn't start Isak. I'd bring him on. I'd bring him on about 60 minutes because Ekitike, we started the season off sensationally. He looks like the real deal. He looks like a quality signing for Liverpool. Obviously, against Arsenal, we know what happened. Mosquera had him in his back pocket. But that is one of them games you can't really judge Ekitike on because, you know, Arsenal's defence is Arsenal's defence. It's one of the best in the Premier League. But against Newcastle, Ekitike was sensational. And also against, who did they play? It was Bournemouth. He had a very good game. He scored in those two games. So, should Slot chuck Isak in? Yes, Isak is not match fit, but this is Burnley. If there's a game to get your fitness up and play 60 minutes with no pressure, surely it's against Burnley. But would that be wise with Ekitike's form? Would you want to throw him out of rhythm? Gakpo's played very well. But I can't see them dropping Salah. That wouldn't even make sense. Because none of these players have played on the right, really. So, this Ekitike and Isak experiment, I don't know if it's going to be against Burnley. Unless you play Ekitike for 90 minutes and you chuck Isak on at the same time as him and see how they work together. Because sooner or later, Liverpool are going to need to experiment on how that might work. Wirtz, he's also 003 in the Premier League. Is this the game for him to get a goal or assist? You'd probably think so. It's Burnley. This team is poor. I saw them against Tottenham. They looked okay. But when they get to the final third, it's kind of like just, I don't know. It's like a championship team. They literally look like a championship team in the final third. So, yeah, I don't really see a lot of jeopardy in this game for Liverpool. I can only see one winner. One winner. And I just see it being a potential pummeling. I see it being a beating. Like, this could literally be like a 5 or a 6 or a 7. It could be bad, 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 bad. I want to know what you guys think. Should Isak start? Or should Liverpool just keep things how they are? Bring Isak on later on in the game? And does anyone see this being a tough game for Liverpool? Oh, yeah. Ogochukwu. Ogochukwu. Yeah, he looks all right, you know. From Chelsea, he doesn't look too bad. You're right. You're right. He doesn't look too bad. Oh, Jabino saying 1-1. Okay. Okay. They're playing decent ball beside them. They are a problem. Okay. This is interesting. Yes, I agree. Simply, but you need to go and tell Arteta this. You need to go tell Arteta this. But, no, well, Tottenham didn't win their last game, so I can't say you can't change a winning team. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I do kind of agree that they shouldn't change a winning team. We got a 5-0, simply 2-0 LK. Yeah, and I believe I think I went with a 4-0 Liverpool win. I see this being straightforward. I see Aleksander Isak getting a debut goal. I see Wirtz getting a goal. I see Ekatike getting two. Maybe even Gakpo get a goal. It might be 4, it might be 5. But I hope that something can get pulled out the bag. I'm hoping and praying, Burnley. Come on, you Burnley. It's me, Sean Dosh. It's me, Doshy. Burnley. I miss Dash at Burnley, man. This Parker. They say this is Parker's first game against Liverpool since Liverpool beat him 9-0. Oh no, Parker's got PTSD as well, you know. I don't know how he's gonna fare in this game. Aye, big up, man. Man like Arteta. But yeah, speaking of Arteta, this is the last Big Six game before I go into the rest of the fixtures and some more things about the Premier League. Arsenal take on Nottingham Forest. Big Ange. Ange returns to face Arsenal. He's back. Hey, Big Ange. How do we see this going? This is my first question. Does anyone see a new manager bounce? Already. Hey, my boy Jambino, you're a gooner. He's saying we are gonna lose. Oh no. If we lose, I'm being honest. If we lose, Arteta needs the P45 on the spot. You just get him gone. Because there's no way we should be 6 points behind Liverpool after 4 games. If Arteta loses this game, you should sack him. Sack him on the spot and save trophies. That's what you do. There should be no way Arsenal lose this game. Big Ange has barely had a training session. Barely. And if he can get something at the Emirates, even a draw is a sackable offence. We've just seen West Ham, one of the worst West Hams in Premier League history. Graham Potter's West Ham are garbage. But somehow they went and beat this Nottingham Forest 3-0, no problem. Put them to the sword. Now with Nottingham Forest, who have switched from Nuno, who's a park the bus manager, to Big Ange, who likes to play high line, possession, attacking football. If Arteta can't beat this Nottingham Forest, he needs to resign. He needs to get out. Because if he can't win this game, when are we going to win? We've got a striker in Gyökeres. We have been starving him. Bro has been starving. Starving like Marvin. And I'm almost certain, out of all the Premier League strikers, this Gyökeres has had the least chances. I only remember one chance for Gyökeres. And that is when, was it Zubimendi or Declan Rice intercepted a ball against Leeds on the edge of the box, and the ball went to Gyökeres and he scuffed the shot. He should have scored. But apart from that, we've not created nothing for him. And now he's being exposed. People are saying he looks like he's playing with jeans. Some people are saying he looks like he's playing in Timberlands. Some people say he looks like he's running in cement. Some people look like he's playing in gravel. And that is all because we're just having him chase the ball into the corners. He's not had nothing. Nothing. And now this is up to Odegaard, Eze. Sometimes we blame Arteta too much, me included. We look for outside solutions, but these times the solution is on the pitch. The solution is on the pitch. And this is another problem. When you have players like this Martinelli, this is why I would blame Arteta. If I see Martinelli starting against Nottingham Forest, that tells me everything I need to know. Because the guy is not going to create jack shit. I saw him for Brazil and he's still doing his same thing. He's running with his head down and he has no composure in front of goal. He gets to the byline and he just tries to run out for a corner. He tries to cross it off a defender and get a corner. If it goes in the box, inshallah. Inshallah, someone gets the ball. That is how Martinelli plays. He plays like my under. Are they under 13s or under 12s? It's bad of me to not know what year they are. I believe they're under 12s. That's how Martinelli plays like. Just running recklessly. Heavy touches, not looking, no, there's not a lot of awareness at times. And that is how Martinelli plays. He plays like he needs a lot of coaching. And as a professional footballer, you should be fine-tuned. You should be ready to know what you're going to do. You should be able to dribble with your head up. You shouldn't be dribbling like a child. He's literally dribbling like I swear to you, no word of a lie. I was coaching 6-year-olds and 5-year-olds. Some of them dribble better than Martinelli. This is not even a lie. I'm being deadly serious. Some of them actually have technique. They might never even played football. They're literally the babies. I'm coaching these babies and they dribble better than Martinelli. They have more football IQ, which is mad. It is mental to me. Hey. So I don't want to see Martinelli. Arteta needs to get his team selection right. If the team is right, then they need to create the chances themselves for the striker. And also the patterns of play need to be worked on. Because, yeah, this is no good. But yeah, I'll look at some of your comments before I carry on this game. Arteta's going to expect a high line. I don't know what Arteta's going to expect. But what Arteta needs to do is just play an attacking lineup. He might even need to drop a Declan Rice or Zubimendi in this game and just say, you know what? Eze and Odegaard. Madueke Wanyeri, I don't know, and Gyökeres. Just something. Try something different. If the game is close after 60 minutes, 55 minutes, then make a change. Make a change, Arteta. That is what Arteta's going to need to do in this game. You can't keep waiting. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Debating. Don't wait. Make changes early if things are not going your way. But yeah, I'll read some more of your comments. 2-1 to Arsenal is too soon for Ange to implement his suicide tactics. Nah, I agree. I don't think he's going to do it straight away. It's too soon. You are right there. Who knows? I remember last season we played against Nuno's Forest after the international break and it was 3-0. The easiest game of the season for Arsenal. We absolutely battered them. That was probably one of our best games of the season. Yeah, I'll read some more. Spot on. Arteta, the living second place legend. Hey, maybe we'll do the 4-peat. Who knows? If Eze's on the bench, this is just, yeah, this is bad. You lot are trolling, man. You lot are a lot of trolls, man. You lot are a lot of trolls, man. Yeah, no, it's true. We ain't seen yeah, we ain't seen it. But give me your score predictions, people, man. Give me your score predictions. I can't live with the boring football too. So we got a 2-1 to Forest. Simply, who's a Tottenham fan, says 2-1 to Arsenal. You want Raz captain. I want Gabriel captain, but I wouldn't be upset with either one of them as the captain, as they're both good options. To be fair to you, they're both good options. So I wouldn't actually be too upset about either one of them as the captain. But for me, I just want to see Arsenal do what's required, get Gyökeres the chances, and put Nottingham Forest to the sword. Let's go after them early. Get an early goal, first 15 minutes, settle down the crowd, and then we move on from there. Just try and dominate Nottingham Forest, especially with their new manager. But this is the first game, 12:30 Saturday. So Arsenal, you better not fuck it up, Arteta. Do not fuck this one up, man. Just get the job done. Yeah, get the job done. Oh, 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah. We've got another 2-1 Forest. Okay. So a lot of people are saying 2-1. Okay. I changed my mind. We are going to win 3-1. There it is, Jambino, man. Have some faith, man. Have some faith. Me, I'm seen as a negative person too, but sometimes, we just got to have the faith. I'm just taking this season one game at a time. One game at a time, I'll try to back the boys as much as I can, but it's up to them to give us the hope. We need to see something different with our eyes. We can't just keep backing our team blindly every week. Oh, we're gonna win, because some games you ain't gonna win. We saw against Liverpool. That was probably Arteta making subs too late. Liverpool were there for the taking, but we didn't try to take them. We waited and waited, which is probably what ultimately cost us in that game. Liverpool grew into the game and beat us. And this is a Nottingham Forest. They might have a new manager bounce, but we need to just burst their bubble. But yeah, so my score prediction for this game, I believe I did go with a 3-0. Yeah, I went with 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. And we'll take a look at all the other games now. All the other games. And also, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll take a look. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What debutant are you most looking forward to seeing this weekend? That is what I want to know from all of you. Some of you might say Isak. Some of you might say Jadon Sancho. I don't know. But we'll take a look at it anyway, because here it is anyway. So I got this on the Premier League website. So here it is anyway. Hincapié might make his debut for Arsenal. Who knows? We got Sancho, Elliott. I don't know these man. Brentford's Reece Nelson. Who knows? I don't know who half of these people are. Garnacho. Hey, Garnacho. I'm looking forward to seeing Garnacho throw his toys at the pram. Throw those toys at the pram, man. 3-0 to Forest. What? What? Nah, you're not being serious, are you, Del? Surely. Because I'm going 3-0 to Arsenal. Surely, man. Isak. Hincapié. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone, man. Yeah. Obviously, there's Garnacho. We'll take a look at some people. Anyway, Tyler Dibbling. Oh, not bad. Somebody called Kevin. Isak. City. Oh, Donnarumma. Forgot about it. The Man United goalkeeper. If the Manchester... Oh, sorry. Nah. 3-0 to Arsenal, man. Arsenal gonna win 3-0, man. Yeah, Arsenal gonna win 3-0. Imagine this Man United goalkeeper chucks it in the net. We didn't even talk about him. I almost forgot. Imagine this guy chucks it in the net. So they're saying Lamens is an excellent shot stopper in the Belgian Pro League. He conceded 30 goals from a post shot XG of 45.5, putting him second overall across Europe's top 10 leagues for goals prevented, 14.5. Hey, this guy's gonna chuck it in, man. You got Wissa and Wutamade. I'm interested to see how this. I want to see what Newcastle's cooking. That's what I want to see. I'm very interested. They're saying Zinchenko, but Zinchenko can't play. What are they talking about? Yeah, I don't think he can play. Yeah, he can't play because I think he's not cup tied, but I don't think he can play against his parent club. We got Randall, Colomwani, and Javi Simmons. Okay, what do I think of Simmons? You know what, yeah? Ace, I think he's a very, very exciting player. And I think it's either going to go two ways. I think he's either going to have an absolute stinker and not adapt to the physicality of the Premier League, or he's going to be that type of signing that you probably thought James Maddison would be. You know how James Maddison started and he just kind of plateaued? I feel Javi Simmons could be that type of signing. I think he could absolutely hit the ground running. That's what I think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to fail at Tottenham. I think it's going to be a very good signing. Of course, I don't want it to be. I see this being the type of signing every season. It's like 16 to 20 GA in the league. That's what I see Javi Simmons, like a 6 goals, 10 assists, 10 goals, 6 assists kind of player. You might think that's not good, but if you can get that consistently in the Premier League from midfield, I'd say that is good. Because I think Bruno might have got like 8 goals and 8 assists last season, which you'd say if Javi Simmons can get 8 and 8, would we say that's a good first season in the Premier League? I'd think that's a very good season. So I'd predict him to get something along those lines, like 8 goals and 7 assists maybe. Maybe he might get 15 GA in his first season. He's got 35 games to go. So yeah. With Mwani, I think he might end up playing on the wing. Because I feel like you might play Solanke, Javi Simmons, Kudus, Kolomowani, sometimes Kulusevski. It all just depends. It all depends how it goes. But here is basically saying he racks up superb numbers. He gets 0.7 goals or assists per 90 minutes for Leipzig. So that's kind of what I'm saying, really. I think he'll get like a 1 in 3. There it was 2 in 3, but I think, yeah, we'll get 2 in 3. No. That's basically 2 in 3. That's what I was saying. 16 out of 38 games. If he gets 15 GA in, yeah, that's basically what I was basically saying. So, yeah, I think he'll do well for you. I think he'll do well. I do like the player. Read some more comments. Goalkeepers. Yeah, man, these goalkeepers are smelly. No pressure, but you have to perform. Hey, that I disagree with. He's under significant pressure. He might be under the most pressure. When you actually think about it, he might be under more pressure. Because all Man United fans and rivals, if imagine Can we imagine he makes a mistake and Manchester United lose this game? Can you imagine how we're all gonna cook him? I know I'm cooking him. I'm cooking the shit out of him. Definitely. I'm not letting him. I'm not letting Man United fans get away with it, and neither are you. You say no pressure. There's big pressure. Big pressure. No, I hear you, man. I think though there could be exceptions to the rule, and I think he might just be the exception. I don't think it's gonna be Sesko. I think it might be Xavi Simmons. You know, every now and again, Leipzig do let a good gem go. Would we say Soboslai was a good signing from Leipzig? Because he came from Leipzig. We saw he scored the winner against Arsenal. Looks like a good signing. So yeah, man. Arsenal always beat Forest at home. Yeah, they do, man. Big up to Chris as well, man. Big up to everyone here, man. Make sure we're all hitting the like button. And now I'll give you a glimpse of the rest of my predictions before we wrap it up. Just so you guys know that I'm not a liar. And for you guys as well, I've got a league as well. A league, predictions league. I don't know if anyone's interested in joining. I'll sort of, where is it? Tournaments. Where's my league? I can't even find it at the moment. Where's my league? Tournaments. Where's my tournaments, man? But yeah, I can't find it at the moment, people. But when I do, I'll let you guys know how to join. Yeah, this is shit. This is strange. My league just disappeared. Interesting. But I'll show you guys my predictions anyway. Tournaments. Where's all that shit gone, man? Predictor. Nottingham Forest. Here it is. So here, Arsenal had them winning 3-0. We got Bournemouth to draw 2-2 with Brighton. I don't know. Those are one of these games I can't split either side. They seem very too close to call. So yeah, go with that. Crystal Palace to beat Sunderland 3-1. Sunderland have had a very good start, but both of their wins have come at home. And Crystal Palace, they are unbeaten. I believe they've got the longest unbeaten record in the Premier League at the moment, currently. So I'm expecting them to get the victory. Everton, I'm predicting a 2-1 win. Jack Grealish goes back to play Everton. Hey, I mean, Jack Grealish plays against Aston Villa, sorry. So I feel like Jack Grealish might just do over Aston Villa, you know. It could be nasty. That's going to be quite funny, man. Then we've got Fulham. I predicted 2-1 against Leeds United. Oh, wait, there it is. How do I... Propaganda. There it is. Hey, somehow I found it, people. Invitation status. Where is it? Applicants. Oh, someone... Okay, approved them. Jeez. We found it, people. We found it. So, invitation status. How do I send the invite? Bloody hell, people. Applicants. Press. Settings. Just for fun. Ah, and then there's no code. This is an absolute robber. It's trying to mug our invite players. There it is. How do we invite people? Pause. Invite. where it is. Copy. I'll post it in the chat for everyone that wants to join, yeah? Make sure we're joining. Then you can play against me. Oh, too long. The code is way too long, it says. Oh, there's the code, though. Able Jogs. I'll post the code for you guys now. There it is. So make sure you guys join the league. That's the code. And then I'll not pin, but that's the website as well. Here it is as well, people. Bear with me. There we go. So, you guys can join the league, man. I found out how to do it. You see, we got there in the end, people. I'm not the best with technology. I'm a bit of a freshie, innit? Sorry. I am a bit of a freshie. But why not letting me go back to my predictions so you guys can see what the predictions were? Not Women's Super League, you silly bastards. Let's go down. Match round 4. Okay. Fulham, yeah, 2-1 against Leeds. Leeds United. This Leeds United, man. Yeah, I see Fulham winning that game. It won't be in them, man. Then we got Newcastle. I feel like this Newcastle game, yeah. Newcastle versus Wolves. I got 3-2. I feel like this is going to be one of the... Newcastle has actually won a game. Wolves hasn't won a game. Someone surely has to win this game. And yeah, man. I'm predicting maybe even Wissa and Watermaid might score. They might both score in this game, to be fair to them. I think Gordon's got the red card, so he's suspended. That might be their game. That might be their time to shine. West Ham to beat Tottenham. Brentford draw with Chelsea. Liverpool 4-0. Manchester City 2-1. So those are my predictions, people, man. But people, man, it's been a great stream, man. Love to everyone that's commented, shared, liked, subscribed to the video. You guys always make it fun. Even when I don't feel like streaming, the comments are always what drives the channel, man. And respect to all of you, man. But I'll catch you all on the next one. And hopefully I have more guests on the next one. But enjoy your evening, people. And we'll see you next time. I'm out. Bless. Have a good evening.